We can have a replacement tomorrow if you can stomach the freight and overtime. I was standing in the parking lot at 2 a.m. when I heard that. Within an hour, a $950 part looked like a panic bill.
Hey there, welcome to On-Site Insight, where we help you move toward equipment planning and away from crisis management.
Man, been there. An office manager called at 1 a.m. totally frantic, and the contractor's line about freight and overtime was the last thing they needed to hear.
Let's start with the money, the ugly, unavoidable math. Picture a failed control board or compressor on a Friday night, overnight freight, overtime for 2 techs, tenant comfort fixes, costs stack fast.
Wait, overnight freight alone can double the bill?
Exactly. Suddenly, a $1,200 part looks like a $12,000 emergency. We tracked one case, part $950, expedited freight $1,400, 2 techs at overtime $1,600, tenant relief and admin hit another $6,000. Total, near $10,000. If that board had been on site, 2 hours, under $2,500 all in. That delta is the business case.
Good framing. So the goal is obvious. Stop the panic by owning the small set of parts that cause outsized cost. How do teams actually choose which parts to keep? You mentioned a spreadsheet method before. Walk me through it, but slowly.
Score parts on 5 things. Failure frequency.
And don't forget lead time changes suddenly in a supply crunch. That's a whole other multiplier.
Absolutely. Lead time is a multiplier. But let's do the Q&A version. You ask one factor, I give a quick example.
Okay, failure frequency?
How often does it fail in your portfolio? High-frequency items jump to the top. Think condenser fan motors in older RTUs during the cooling season.
MTBF, mean time between failures?
Yep, if the MTBF is short, that increases score. Aging compressors and control boards often have low MTBF.
Lead time?
How long from order to site? 5 days? 3 weeks? The longer it takes, the more reason to stock it locally or push it to a consignment model.
Replacement cost?
Put a higher weight on expensive items that drive big emergency premiums, compressors, boards. But even a $600 motor can justify stocking if the emergency cost multiples are high.
And criticality?
If a part stops the entire system, high criticality, it gets top marks. Combine the 5 scores, weight them to your situation, and rank. Top 10 becomes your pilot list.
That Q&A makes it easier to present to finance. Here are the inputs, and here's the math. But what about obsolescence? Tex told me once that a motor spec changed, and the old stock sat unused for months.
That's why the pilot includes vendor cross-references and a quarterly review. For spec-sensitive, pricey parts, use consignment or vendor-managed inventory. They own the stock until you pull it. Less capital tied up, less obsolete junk in your closet.
All right. Procurement tactics. Consignment, blanket POs, vendor-managed inventory, local stocking. Those can sound like procurement headaches. How do small teams actually set this up fast?
Start with the vendors you already use. 1-page pilot agreement. List the 10 parts, define consignment terms, set a pull price, and agree on weekly inventory reports. Keep the trial short, 90 days, and vendors usually say yes because predictable demand beats emergency markups.
Right. So it's about making emergencies predictable, not just hoarding.
Exactly. And keep the ask modest up front so reps don't feel pinned down.
But Blaze, I want to push back on vendor risk. Aren't we asking them to carry shelf space they might not accept?
Good point. Split risk. Vendor carries expensive, slow-moving items on consignment. You stock fast movers locally. Or offer a small monthly usage guarantee or a token fee. It's negotiation. Fair to both sides.
Give us a 1-minute script line to call a rep. Something a manager can read off without fumbling.
We run multiple sites and want to run a 90-day pilot on a top 10 parts list. We'd like those items on consignment with weekly inventory reports and a pull price. We'll commit to a minimal monthly usage guarantee and evaluate after 90 days. Can your team support that?
Managers should run the pilot on a very small budget. Pick the top 10, cap spend to what you can justify, and track 3 KPIs: events avoided, downtime days reduced, and emergency cost delta. Those 3 numbers speak to finance.
Keep reporting stupid simple. One spreadsheet: part, replaced from stock, yes, no, hours saved, emergency cost avoided. After 90 days, you can say, we avoided X emergencies, saved Y overtime hours, and reduced emergency spend by Z dollars. Finance wants dollars and days.
I want to call out storage fears. Start with a footprint plan. 1 labeled bin for the top 10, receipts logged in your CMMS or a wall sheet, and a quarterly obsolescence check. If turnover is low, pivot those slow movers to consignment.
Street smart tip: local aftermarket vendors often beat factory lead times on brackets, filters, and some motors. Build 2 tiers: OEM for critical controllers and compressors, local for wear items. That mix keeps reliability and budget in check.
If you take one thing away tonight, it should be this. A tiny, risk-ranked spares pilot prevents a lot of emergency spending and gives you the data to expand. We built the checklist, scripts, and a 90-day template so you don't start from scratch.
And don't forget to set expectations up front with vendors and finance. Tell them it's a pilot, show the scoring, promise a review. Most vendors want steady demand and will trade a little flexibility for that.
Download the 10-part checklist now. Run your first 90-day pilot by next Monday. Get the checklist, vendor call script, and the 90-day pilot spreadsheet at the On-Site Insights page. Download the packet, try the pilot, and tell us what changed. This is On-Site Insight, where we provide insight for your on-site.
Quick takeaway: start small, talk to the vendors you already trust, and measure hard. The ROI shows up faster than you expect. Next episode, we'll dig into sensor retrofits that extend RTU life. Spoiler, it pairs nicely with parts first work.
Thanks for listening to On-Site Insight, where we discuss issues important to the unsung heroes of facility management. Subscribe to get the downloads and templates, and send us pilot wins. We may feature your story. See you next time.